Going on, guys? I'm out here at my parents'. It's Father's Day weekend, so that's why I'm out here. And I brought a few dogs with. I got Scarlet, Burley, and Margot just for today. And tomorrow I'll bring down Ruka, Lucian, and Zeus. And I'll essentially do the same thing with them as I'm doing today. Oh yeah, I really like it out here though. It's nice and quiet, away from the town. No other dogs to deal with. Margot, or Scarlet, come on. I get them confused sometimes. And yeah, sorry about not uploading for a while. I pretty much had like a 12-day. I know I said I was gonna upload more often, and I'd still like to do a couple times a week, like 2 to 3 times. But I just had like a essentially 12-day stretch of work, so I'm exhausted. But I got a few days off now. Schedule should be going back to reasonably normal, and I should be able to upload more, given I have something to upload. Like I said in my last video, I don't want it to be the same old crap all the time. I want to basically branch out into content, talk about some other things, show you guys some other stuff. Like 3 dogs on a walk this time. Then I'll have 3 tomorrow, and it'll be fun. And I'm a little out of breath because this hill is steeper than it looks. What are you doing? We're gonna go this way. I have a very annoying fly by my head. You guys look like raptors from Jurassic Park in that tall grass. What'd you guys find? Oh, how about that? A dead deer. This was actually, and Scarlett's peeing on it. When my girlfriend was here, I think, yeah, early April, we actually came out here, and this is that same dead deer we saw. I didn't post about it or anything, but we saw it up here. And a lot of the bones and such are still there. That's just bones and fur at this point, so. This way. Ow, thorns. Yeah, this is just beautiful land out here. Last time I was here with the dogs anyway and did a video, it was like last summer. But I was explaining how when I was growing up, these pine trees weren't this big. Hey, Rolly! Scarlett! Margot! Rolly! Rolly! Where you going? I bet they saw something. Animal or something. Yeah, these pine trees weren't nearly this big. They were like little, kind of like about that height. So it's cool, just with my parents letting this place kind of grow over what it's turned into. And the amount of wildlife that's come through. There are black bears, foxes, coyotes, deer, rabbits, eagles, all sorts of animals that came back. Because this used to be just a farm field. It's amazing how much nature took over again. Little raptors. I would go up in those woods, but they are very thick. So we'll stick to the field for now. Ooh, little dip there. You guys look great at home. And these are pretty much all thorn bushes right here. So I'm gonna turn around. And something I kind of wanted to talk about in this video a little bit, I know it's kind of near the end, but is breeding. Because you get a lot of people these days who think breeding is going to be easy or a quick money maker or whatever else. But there's so much that goes into it. Especially when you're starting your program, whether it's for mixed breed dogs, purebred dogs, pretty much anything. And something a lot of people miss out on is a lot of the genetic factors that go into it. Like, you can't, like, let's start health. So hips and elbows, spine, you know, the skeletal stuff. Hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia, those are genetic conditions. They can be environmental, but for the most part it is genetic. And there's no way to really test for that right now if it's genetically caused. So basically what you want to do, if your dog doesn't pass OFA, you don't want to breed it. Same with elbow dysplasia, OFA, whatever other hip and elbow certification you want to use, pen hip. And then you have your genetic conditions. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Embark. They do test for a lot of those conditions, like DM and some other ones I can't remember the names of off the top of my head. But like, for example, one they don't test for is dwarfism, which is common in shepherds, Czech wolf dogs. So that is something you have to get tested separately, because Embark won't test for that. And then there are other like certifications you can get for other things, like OFA has heart, eye, teeth, or dental certifications. And that kind of stuff more depends on the breed itself, whether that's necessary. But so those are just like some of the health things you guys want to keep in mind. Then you have with certain colors, like I'm sure some of you have heard, like breeding Merle to Merle, like Australian Shepherds, is a bad idea, because you don't want to breed those two colors together, because you can get sick puppies, and likely a lot of the litter will die. Oh wow, that looks neat. I didn't even realize it was coming in. Sorry, that kind of distracted me. So yeah, that's just the health aspect. Then you have temperament testing. For example, if you're breeding working dogs, you typically want to hold them back till they're about 12 weeks old, when that temperament really starts getting in there more. Because like, yeah, from like 3 to 4 weeks, or 3 to like 8 weeks, you can get an idea. But usually around 12 weeks is where that temperament's gonna kick in, and you'll start really being able to see which dogs will have better potential in whatever dog sport or whatever point of work you want them in. I'm not going to go into like what you can do for temperament testing because I don't really have a puppy to demonstrate that on, but or am I really an expert in that? I would more just show what I would do and what I've learned to do. But so yeah, that's another aspect of breeding, is that genetic temperament, because that's going to be probably more than 50% of how the dog behaves right there. That genetic temperament. If you're breeding skittish, timid dogs with low confidence, you're going to produce timid, shy, low confident dogs. If you're breeding very confident, strong-willed, strong-nerved. I hear zebras. I know there's a zebra farm out that way somewhere, but I can hear them from here. Anyway, while I'm kind of finishing up the walk here, that the genetics of the dog are going to play a big role, and this is also why a pedigree is important. So again, let's say I'm breeding working German Shepherds, right? That's one reason why I won't breed Broly ever, is because I don't have a lineage on him. And because I don't have a lineage on him, all I can base him on is himself, his parents, and his brother Vigo. And to me, that's not enough to warrant breeding him to anything. So the pedigree is really important, guys. And I've seen some people who are like, oh, I don't care about pedigree, blah, blah, blah. It's about the dog in front of you. And it is. And how you should kind of look at it is, all right, you got good dog's health is good, you like the dog's temperament. Scarlet, dog's health is good, temperament's good. What's its pedigree like? Is it a fluke? Did you get lucky with this dog? You don't know. So you could have just got lucky, and for the most part of this dog's lineage, the genetic temperament is garbage for possibly work. Like, they just don't have the nerves for it. They don't have the drive, the energy, whatever. So that's something to keep in mind, again, why I'm not breeding Broly. And guys, all these health tests, puppy food, vaccinations, all this stuff is very expensive. So don't expect to make money on a breeding program. I certainly don't. I expect to lose money. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want to put out great dogs. Dogs that people can be like, yes, this is a good dog. Like, thank you for putting this out there. This is what we needed. So that's kind of where my thought is. I do it because I want to do it because I'm passionate about it. And I want to do it because I think I can put out amazing dogs. So yeah, these are just all the things to consider. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. Despite how some people might make it seem. And you need the time for it too, because you're going to need to train all these dogs, especially if they're going to be like working dogs. And then another thing I forgot to mention is finding good homes. I'll keep using working dogs as an example, but like, if you're going to have working dogs, you can't be like handing them to any ordinary family, mom, dad, 2 kids, because that dog will eat their house. Honestly, I think that's why I got Zeus back from the owner. I think he couldn't handle him. I don't even think he's that bad of a dog. Well, he's not bad of a dog. But compared to these three, for example, Scarlet was a little easier than the rest of them, but compared to like Lucian, Broly, Margot, he was easier. Ah, away from the road. Come on. And so you want your dog to go to a forever home. And if you're having working dogs, you want somebody that's going to work with the dog. Whether they just want it for doing casual sports, they want to get it personal protection trained, they want to get it titled in IGP or whatever, or they just want a nice, truly active dog. So those are things to consider when you're getting a dog. The reason I kind of put in there some reasons why I want to start my own program and why breeding isn't easy. And you know, I'm not the most experienced person out there, but I have a great mentor. I know plenty of people who have experience with breeding, both working dogs, wolf dogs, a lot of dogs. And you know, every step of the way I know it's the path I want to go down. So I'm doing what I can to get there. But we're at about 22 minutes now, so I think I'm going to end the video here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The video might be uploaded late just because processing and such takes a while, but you know, these videos should come out a day after each other. So see you guys, take care. If you like the video, subscribe. I'm sure I'll have something to talk about tomorrow, whether it's breeding or training, something. We'll find something to talk about. See ya.